Yeah. Yeah. Look. You don't love me like you say you do. You don't even kiss me like you used to. I remember when you used to blow my...
Hey y'all.
Hey y'all.
Hey.
We back.
We back. We was mad hype. Hey, we was hype.
Mad hype.
The pre-recorded intro that y'all will never see.
Man, it
we
was
sung,
dope.
we danced. It was an act.
Thank you for watching and subscribe to the channel.
But first up, messed
We
that up. We
Audio
wasn't
Trap.
recording that.
Somebody forgot to
We
hit
lost
record.
that moment forever. That was the one shot.
So we here. Are you recording there before we go any further?
We are recording.
We want to thank y'all for watching. You know, I guess you could have been anywhere in the world, but you chose to be here with us.
Subscribe to the channel. Follow us if you got the energy to.
On all social media platforms.
Facebook with our parents, because our parents are on Facebook now.
Keep your mamas off Facebook.
Instagram.
And SoundCloud at Audiotrafficker. Check us out on WeUpOnItRadio.com with our guy Knox.
Happy fake birthday.
Happy fake birthday, Knox. And on Twitter,
Again.
And on Twitter at Pusher of
Audio. Pusher of Audio.
Yeah.
Hey, first up, what you got to say about yourself? How you feel about this intro that we just did?
Hey, look, I apologize. The first intro was real.
It was
dope.
turned. It was
I
turned.
dropped the ball.
We
It's
did
all
the
good.
Golden Girls theme song. You know they remaking Golden Girls? Are they talking about a black
wow.
version?
Color people.
A what?
Yeah.
A black version?
Yeah, with
They might not should touch
Let
that.
me see.
Yo.
Let me see who.
I don't want them to touch
Who?
that.
Who?
yo.
But who though? Who?
I want to say
Who
it was
though?
oh my God, Felicia
What
Rashad.
about your girl that played the maid on the Jeffersons? She's still around, right? On 227.
I thought she died.
Marla Gibbs.
Marla Gibbs still alive?
Did she?
We don't know if Marla Gibbs is.
Florence.
Is Marla Gibbs
Hey,
research?
can you check that out?
Can you check with Marla Gibbs?
Sorry, we checking to see if Marla Gibbs is still alive. Hold on.
Who would she play? Dorothy?
They have to be
Marla
all-
Gibbs would have to be on
They
the
would have to
Golden
be
Girls.
all new characters though. If they try to redo the Golden Girls, that shit should not be touched.
It is
Really?
classic.
Why? They
It's like
redid
them doing
Still
Seinfeld.
Magnolia.
go
That's
to
a movie though. Oh, sorry, Marla
Who's
Gibbs.
Marla Gibbs.
The last movie I saw her in, she
talking
looked
about
like
TV.
it's by the grace of God.
We talking about TV.
So look, I know it's a lot that's been going on. 87. Okay.
Ooh, speaking of
Shout out to
Florence,
Marla Gibbs.
Yeah. Speaking of Florence, big shouts to everybody in the state, North Carolina,
South Carolina.
Bolton, stay strong.
Virginia, a little bit of Virginia got hit with some tornadoes, but Flo came through and wreaked havoc.
Man, at a Category 1. Thank God that they were predicting she was a 4 to hit versus a 1. Because if they had said it was going to be a Category 1, half of those people would not have evacuated. I know my mom and my sister wouldn't have left. They would have been
I
like,
guess that's
what's
the
a
good part
1?
of that too, because I be getting pissed about the fact that I feel like they be overhyping it for a reason, for consumerism,
Listen.
but that do make sense.
This
because
is the
people
one
probably
time
wouldn't move
I'm
if
so
they heard
glad.
it was coming in at a Category 1, like they wouldn't move. So that makes sense.
Yeah, they wouldn't have. Because my mom was pissed when she got here to Greensboro that she got here that Wednesday. So Thursday, they were like, oh, it's downgraded to a 1. She was like, well, shit, take me back home.
Mm-hmm. That
But
makes
no,
sense.
but
She
it
was
was.
ready to go home.
She was ready to go. I mean, we have ridden out 3s. That's the only reason why they left was because they were saying it was a 4.
And Boone, you said a good point. Like that consumerism shit is kind of almost trying to figure out what's real and what's not, because of the fact that they had images with the newscaster guy acting like the wind blowing on hard and people walking, strolling.
Yo, the news,
behind
man.
That
the
was
news
funny.
The news will have you thinking the world about
But
the
the
end.
flooding is legit.
Yeah, for sure.
Legit.
I didn't
Those
even know it was
counties
as
really
bad.
need
I
help.
didn't even know it was as bad as it was until Shell was showing me some clips, and I was like, oh, like it actually went down. Like
It's really bad.
They cut off
bad.
the highway in that area.
The highway's still cut off.
Yeah, it was like you had to go around North Carolina.
Yeah, for like a minute, you couldn't even get in or out of Wilmington. They had to fly in supplies. For a while, they didn't think they were going to have water. A tanker ship had to bring fuel for them to run the whatever it is that
So y'all
runs the
let us
water.
know what we're gonna do. Take the audio trafficker, film it live, cook some hot dogs and hamburgers in Bolton.
Hey, let's do it.
What's good?
Let's do it. I'm with it.
For the people.
For us or
For the
people?
people.
Yeah.
For the people.
Man, it was crazy. I know one of my cousins in her subdivision, the water was so high. They were like, "It's a gator in there." It was like a 2-story house, and I guess it was kind of like on a hill. But anyway,
Can't do the Gators.
you can't do the gators. I mean, it was a little gator. Them gators ain't thinking about y'all. But
Our prayers, our prayers and everything are going out to all the people that have been impacted.
Yes,
Word up.
definitely.
By Hurricane
Word
Flo.
Shout out to J. Cole, who rescheduled his Dreamville Festival, and now all the proceeds are going to go to a relief
That's
fund
dope.
for Hurricane Florence. So I think
dope.
that's pretty dope.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out. Michael Jordan, I think he donated
$2 million.
a couple
$2
of
million.
dollars.
$2 million.
I don't fuck with no hurricanes that got old bitch names.
Florence. Man, did this bitch talking about coming back?
Yeah.
It's Kirk.
Oh,
She's a
she on
tropical
some
storm
she on
now.
some Caitlyn Jen- she
A
on some
tropical
Caitlyn-
Yeah.
storm.
she on some-
She's a tranny.
She's a tranny. Yo,
Is that
hold on,
appropriate
yo.
to say?
Time out. Is this serious? Are y'all serious?
Yeah.
So she came as Florence.
Went out to sea,
She
kind
went
of
out,
broke apart.
came
She's
through, went up
reforming.
north. She went up north.
Part of it went
Had
up
some
north,
surgery.
and
Had
part
some
of it went
surgery.
Made
out.
some numbers.
Fucked around, went through Philly and New York. Hung out with the nightlife up there. Ate a Philly cheesesteak.
Coming back as Curtis.
Coming back as Kirk.
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 All right. Well, hopefully, we can avoid that danger, man.
Art imitates hurricanes.
What else been going on outside of the weather?
Oh,
outside of the
God.
weather, good weather people. What else
If
been going
y'all
on?
missed us, wondering where we've been, outside of Hurricane Florence, we just got back from Aretha's
The
funeral.
funeral. The funeral. The funeral.
Just got back.
We just got
We
back.
butterscotch
It just
candied out.
Just finished.
That was the longest funeral
We ate
in
12,000
the
pieces of
world.
butter.
Rest in peace,
Rest in
Aretha
peace.
Franklin.
Rest in peace. God knows.
Lord,
I
they
hope
sent her
nobody
off.
celebrate my life like that. Just go ahead and put me in the ground. Let's
I
move
just don't.
on.
It's like a
I don't think I
telethon,
want my.
yo.
I don't think I want my shit. I mean, I don't know. I don't think I would want my shit televised. You know what I'm saying?
like
Well, it was a
telethon,
lot
yo.
of grandstanding.
It's like a telethon.
I don't know if I want.
It was a lot of inappropriateness, I feel like.
Well, you like what?
Let's start with, first of all, in one of our last episodes, we went through the list of who was going to perform.
Yes.
And we thought who would do a bomb job. Faith Hill bombed.
I knew that. I called it too. I
Faith
been
Hill
watching
bombed?
and I
She
called it.
I
did.
didn't see-
She
okay,
did.
All right. Who did? Let's start with who did well.
Fantasia did well.
That seemed
That's
appropriate.
her.
She did
arrangement.
well.
lane, yeah.
They were
Yeah, that's
clowning
her-
her feet, though, but that's neither here nor there.
They
Shout
clown
out to Tasia.
Beyonce. They clown Beyonce's feet too, though.
Jennifer Hudson killed it.
As she would. As she would.
The Clark sisters brought Jesus with them.
As she would.
I need to go watch
That's their
some
environment.
Clark
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
You know.
Who else did well?
Stevie, as always.
Well, by that time, I was trying to board my plane to get back here, so
Aw.
I missed him.
Yeah, I know. Hey, he missed you too, Kim.
I missed
Yeah.
him.
He missed you too.
Oh, he missed you.
Show your face, B.
Show you how your face was
Show your
looking
face
while
how
she
you
was
looking
gone,
while she
son.
was gone.
Show how you was when
Did
you was
you
in here
miss
listening.
me, baby?
Show what you was looking like when you was listening to the air conditioner, son. All weekend.
Yo, son, you all right? You want me to take you home?
Who
my
did not
emoji
do
eyes.
well was, okay, besides Faith Hill.
The preachers didn't do well.
Okay, well, Ariana Grande, let's start there.
Yeah, because B showed me a video earlier where it was some considered groping. I think I heard something about that.
Let's talk about, you want to roll the video first?
Put the video right there.
Well, hold on. First of all, before you
I
roll
didn't
that
really-
video,
I didn't-
hold up.
Okay.
First off, she should have checked with the elders. She seemed out of place.
You got to watch the elders.
Okay.
They-
She should have called Fantasia and Jennifer Hudson to ask about attire. I felt like her attire was very inappropriate for the set.
Girl, you can wear. I just can't say you
Fantasia was clean though. Her and Jennifer with their little hats. Very appropriate.
Like I said, that's their environment.
Exactly.
That's
So
their
if you're
vibe.
going into an environment that you're not familiar with, pick up the phone and ask somebody.
Well, first of all, I'm not familiar with that girl anyway. The Ariana chick.
Well,
used to be
Soga
Mac Miller.
Preacher was not. So play that clip.
I've got to
Right there, or is
apologize
it right there?
Which way is it? Oh, it's right there?
because
Okay, look at that right there.
I have to brush up. My 28-year-old daughter tells me, Dad, you are old
He
at
pretty
60.
much- Oh, the audio was playing.
When I saw Ariana Grande on the program,
He
I
said
thought
she-
that was a new something at Taco Bell. Girl, let me give you all your respect.
I didn't see the
So you
word.
can talk, but we can't talk.
I think we can talk. I think.
So the Taco Bell shit was a jab.
It was inappropriate.
It
That
was
was
very
something
inappropriate.
he should have saved for the repass when the cameras won't go.
Yeah. He said
Girl.
he said when he saw Ariana the Grant on the thing, I
I
thought
thought
it was a
Taco
I thought it
Bell.
was a
Something
new
on the
dish
Taco Bell
from Taco
menu.
Bell menu. And that
Yo,
was
he
tasteless.
did. That's so racially
That was very
insensitive.
tasteless.
So at the same time that he's saying this, now first of all, she was going to leave the stage, and he called her back. Come here, girl. It was like some Coming to America type. Turn around, ladies.
Oh, you
Ain't
just seen
go-
them types up in the church before too, though.
So yeah, he shouldn't have touched her. I mean, he shouldn't have put his arm around
He
her.
didn't call Faith Hill back.
Well,
She didn't have the grande.
He
But
didn't
he
call
didn't-
the Clark sisters back.
But he did not diss them either. Like
He
with the
ain't
Taco
called
Bell.
Faith Hill back. I mean, Fantasia or Jennifer Hudson back. Like, come here, girl. Let me holler at you.
Yeah, it was inappropriate.
What we
It was
do
Very
know is that this is
inappropriate.
the era of the Me Too movement, so that there could be repercussions from that. Are they talking about any? Is it outrage?
He
sparked online right now?
apologized. And he said, you know,
Is he
it wasn't
married?
meant that way. Is he married?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not even sure. I want to say yes. A lot of the church people are basically defending him because it wasn't intentional or not.
He knew where that hand was going.
Yeah, you should know better when you're in that type of status or that type of position.
I guess he said, "The Lord is my shepherd. He sees what I want. He sees what I want." That's horrible. That's
Oh,
of-
God. Next time, get along a skirt girlfriend. Okay, when
Speaking
you
of
up there
groping.
dressing.
Speaking of groping, let's talk about Kanye West.
Wait. Before we move on.
Okay.
The eulogy for
Oh
Aretha
yeah,
Franklin's funeral.
yes. Some backlash from the
Yeah.
eulogy from Aretha's family, right?
So basically, Reverend Jasper Williams, who also did the eulogy at her dad's,
Jasper.
did the eulogy at her dad's funeral. He spoke on the state of Black America. He referenced black on black crime, and he said, and I quote, "If you choose to ask me today, do Black lives matter? Let me answer like this: no, Black lives do not matter. Black lives will not matter. Black lives ought not matter. Black lives should not matter. Black lives must not matter until Black people start respecting Black lives. To stop killing ourselves, Black lives can never matter." Then he also went on to say how a Black woman cannot raise a Black boy to be a man. And yeah.
I think I heard that part of those comments where he was talking about a Black woman raising a Black boy. I didn't hear all of the stuff about the Black lives not mattering. I think the intent that he was kind of going for on we got some stuff to fix in our household before, we worried about anybody else worried about us. So I get that. I think it's appropriate time and place to do that, though. That might not necessarily be the time and place.
You gotta guard your words. You gotta be very, because I even think back to when Tasia and her husband had came out and said all lives matter, and it was taken out of context because they didn't do their due diligence to really explain what they were saying. It was like they were saying they were like as if they were. It was taken as if they were against the Black Lives Matter movement, but a lot of shit got canceled because she came out and said that shit. So I just wonder who raised his black ass.
Well, so you're funny.
And his name Jasper, mind you.
Mind
His name is Jasper.
Yeah.
But
Jasper?
I think it was an appropriate time.
Deep in my soul.
Funny. I disagree. I think it was an appropriate time because Aretha Franklin was an activist. So what better time to honor whoever it is that you're eulogizing?
There were some questions about the father of her first child, but I'm not going to go
Now,
there.
I will say this. I saw an interview with Reverend Jasper after, and I felt where he was coming from. He said he would not apologize for his remarks because he said he'd been sitting there for 8 hours. He was hungry. His sugar was low.
oh, he needed a Snickers bar.
And wherever
that.
preacher needed a Snickers bar. He said,
I ain't mad at that.
he said whatever
Reverend
preacher,
Jasper, you're not yourself when you're
I
hungry.
don't even matter right now. Congregation, I don't matter. I'm about to die this bitch.
he said whatever preacher that was in him had left by the time it was for him to get up there
I'm not mad
and
at
speak.
that.
I'm
I'm
not
not even mad at that.
I felt
I'm
him
not
on
mad at
that
that.
one. So
Get it, yo.
I'm not mad at that. Yo,
I felt him.
The funeral was mad long, yo. Like, mad long. It was
I went to
ridiculously
work.
long.
And you got on.
Logged in, started watching, logged off, did some errands, and it was still going.
8-hour work day.
I think she got up and left, took her heels, and bounced.
I'm out this. Bitch.
Yeah. Holla at me.
I see y'all at the gravesite.
She was somewhere eating her patty pie.
Y'all terrible, yo. Secretary of Soul.
Y'all wrong. Rest in peace. Hey, rest in
Rest
peace
in peace,
to the queen, man.
Aretha.
I don't
We
want no
will
lightning to
miss
strike
you.
none of us right here, man.
We will miss
Can we move
you.
on to Kanye
yes,
now?
Yes, we can.
All right.
Kanye.
So Kanye versus what? Drake and Nick Cannon. I think
Ooh.
something happened this week where your man Kanye is now out the sunken places.
Where's
if
the
I'm
video
correct.
at? Here? Okay.
Right.
There's
Now
we got a
back from
clip
the
for
sunken
it.
places from what I'm hearing.
All right, go to the clip, B.
Just wanted to express some things that were not sitting right with my spirit. Now that I'm about the sunken place, I can think and I could just be yay and just express how I feel. There's a couple things that I want to address. First of all, I want to address Nick Cannon. Like, I understand that you used to date my wife, but you get in an interview, don't mention my wife. If someone brings my wife up, you say, hey, I respect that man. I'm not speaking on that. Don't be making no suggestions like nobody fucked my wife.
Yo.
First of all, before we get into this,
Okay.
remember I'm gonna tell you my introduction to Kim Kardashian
Was a sex tape.
was balls and dick in mouth.
Damn.
All right, I'm just keeping it all the way above. All right? And now a lot of y'all. All right.
Oh. I mean, she had the twist.
Don't ever disrespect my wife. Kanye just said this.
But I'm saying, I'm just gonna go back to that. So, I mean, people can change.
Thank you, B.
Hold on, people can change.
She had changed.
People
She's
can,
still posting naked photos of herself all over the internet.
Yeah. It's
To Kim?
I don't
Yes.
feel like, the crazy thing. I think the most tasteless thing that Kim has done was my introduction to her. I think everything else she's done, in my eyes and in my father's eyes, because we talk about her a lot, it's been very tasteful. Me and my dad talk about Kim Kardashian.
Well,
Kanye.
here's the thing. Kanye Kanye's Kanye, man. And he wants to be exclusive. The problem is his wife just ain't exclusive. And it's
She's not.
She's
I
exclusive
mean, he
now.
exclusively married her, but
she's exclusive now.
She's been around in the industry already.
She's still exclusive
On
content.
paper.
She's not exclusive content.
On
She's
paper?
gonna post her pussy probably next month
So-
on the
Well,
internet.
she's a porn star.
There you go. So
But
what's
I'm-
exclusive about
But
that?
she's not
Right.
selling the pussy. She's just selling the images.
It ain't
of
nothing new. And if you Kanye want to be like, yo, I got the exclusive, you just ain't got the exclusive woman, which is why you're going to have a Nick Cannon or your boy Ray J or whomever always been able to be like, oh, yeah, that's such and such.
Hey
and
yo,
that's
what do
such
you
and
expect
XYZ.
when your mother is Iceberg Slim of Calabasas, California?
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? So
That's true.
she pimps all the motherfuckers out.
And Kanye
and
as
pimped
well.
her husband out.
Yeah.
She pimped her husband out to turn into a female.
Yeah, she did, yo.
You know what I'm saying? So what the
She
fuck
did.
y'all expect?
But why is he mad at Nick Cannon? What happened with Nick Cannon? What did he do?
Nick Cannon went on an interview and said something about her.
I think he said he used to smash her or he
He
dated
did
her.
say
or
he used to
something.
smash her, and then alluded to Drake being the one who smashed her.
So Drake and Nick Cannon smashed Kim K.
I don't think Drake did.
Ooh, that's your wife. Ow, I like it. Hey.
Why you
You got the train sound effects, B?
Choo choo, come
There you
on,
go,
ride
right
that train. Choo choo, ride it. Choo choo.
Well, wait a minute, I'm going to play a
If you
second part of the
feel like-
interview.
So-
Hold on 1 second. We got a second part of the interview right there.
Now, the next thing is with Drake. Yeah, I told you
It's so funny
that
she
if
said
I
the
wasn't in a
train,
medicated
because he
state, I might have had
paused the video. We gotta
the
let this
thoughts
train
to.
go by.
Hold on, this train going by.
Oh, we got to let that train go by.
Gotta let that train go by.
special? Pretty special.
That's all, yo.
Oh, God. Oh, Jesus.
I'm happy.
You did that, man.
I'm happy that Kanye. I'm happy that Kanye is moving back home.
To Chicago.
I think
Is that a good thing?
Is he moving back to accessible Chicago, or is he moving somewhere in the hills of Chicago?
No, he's going back to get support from his own. I think
Facts.
that's what it is. So trying to get back to, because I think the interview that he did with Cal.
Yeah, shout out to Cal for the interview
Yeah,
too.
big shouts to Cal Santillan.
He murdered it.
Our homie
Yeah,
forever. And I also sent him the bonsai. He sent me feedback this week. But I think that interview helped Kanye realize how much he's like. I guess he already knew he was impactful, but it seemed like that interview fucked him up when that girl started crying.
Didn't he cry too?
She started crying because she said how much that shit hurt her and hurt the black female and all of this. And then he started crying. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
But don't be too fooled by Kanye, because he just did do the song. Hey, and this one for you, the song he got with Lil Pump, the I Love It joint that they just released. It's like
the big suits on.
Yeah, it's
Terrible.
like number one. But by the way, again, don't be fooled. This man, he just did the
Damn, Lil Duval is also a number one.
Yeah, he
right
directed the
now.
little porno joint. So shout out to Kanye, man. Good luck with.
We're glad
whatever
you're
he
back
doing.
from the sunken
I don't think
place.
he back
I don't
though.
think
That's
back,
what he
though.
said. Now I can only go by what he said.
I've watched way too many interviews, and I'm gonna tell you, this is how we gonna know if Kanye back from the sunken place. We're gonna hear it in the music. If we hear what we need to hear from Kanye, we're gonna be able to tell.
Yeah.
All right, this is where it is. If
Do you
we
think
don't,
the Kardashians are toxic?
Good point.
I to an extent, and I was telling my wife this because
not necessarily, it depends on who with him.
I think everybody that has been with him outside of your boy, the young boy Travis Scott, thus far, that's fucked with them has really fell off. Like from Lamar Odom
To Reggie Bush.
to Reggie Bush, and Reggie Bush's wife is a Kim K exact lookalike.
I know. Chris Humphries.
Chris Humphrey.
They forgot about Chris Humphries.
Even old buddy that just had the baby with the
Tristan.
yeah, Tristan Thompson. He's on his way. He's on his
Tiger.
decline. Yeah, but then he fucked with Black China.
But
No, he did one of the Kardashians though.
yeah,
After Black China.
he was with
When
Kylie.
Rob
He was with
Black
Kylie.
China.
He was with Kylie before Travis.
Yeah, and then Black China was with Tiger and with Kim's and them brother.
Hey man, see that's why I can't pay attention.
But once
to this.
again, she's the
But I
iceberg
think
slim
Black
of that
China
shit.
did some of that to be spiteful.
It depends
No,
on.
to be spiteful to get back
It
at
depends
the
on the
Kardashians.
person going into that situation as far as that curse, but or not necessarily the curse, but whatever it is that you said. Like, I think it depends on the individual going into that situation. If you strong-minded, you might have a chance, but
Yo.
my man Ben Simmons just got up out that situation with your girl.
My man Jenner slam cut
Kendall
his
Jenner.
his damn joint off.
Shout out to Ben Simmons and the Sixers. He just dropped that broad.
So who is he with?
He was with Kendall.
Oh wow,
Kendall Jenner.
Did he drop her?
Yeah, he did.
I don't think you
Right after
never-
Tinashe. Ben Simmons, I see you out
I
here.
don't
You
think
killing
really,
them right
I don't
now.
think you really never dropped them. Some they gonna always be around.
Them son.
Them some.
Yeah, I'm not rocking with the Kardashians though.
Yeah, I think it is a curse.
You shaking that bottle like that over there for, son?
Yeah.
What else we got on the docket, Kim?
What you got, Kim?
Cat Williams.
I've been wanting to talk about this too.
Did y'all see him on the or his interview?
With Rasputia?
So disrespectful.
Y'all ever seen Norbit?
Yo, her husband,
Yeah.
Y'all ever seen
Them
Norbit?
How
flash-
you doing?
Yo, her husband already done flashed the piece. You better be
Love it.
easy, son. Her husband already flashed the piece.
Yo.
Be easy, son. For the disrespect.
Yeah.
Calling his wife
protect-
Okay,
Rasputia,
so
yo.
Cat
I'm
was
protecting my
on the Frank and Wanda in the morning show on V103.
Call her Rasputia.
And not only did he have some very negative things, well, I wouldn't say they were negative.
I think she started it though.
I don't think so.
They was kind of going back and forth.
No.
I peeped it.
He
It wasn't-
came in with an attitude, in my opinion.
Okay.
He came in with a chip on his shoulder, and then he started spitting those lies. I'm the highest grossing. Cat, you ain't nobody,
2.4
bye.
million. He sold 2.4 million tickets, man. Come on, Cat.
And he said he had more stand-ups than
Anybody?
Rick.
Anybody.
Well, did y'all see Charlemagne when he gave him
Yeah, he broke
Donkey
it down,
of the
'cause
Day?
he said George Carlisle got more special.
Yeah.
Oh, and you know what? Your boy, when Kevin Hart and Tiffany Haddish went up to the Breakfast Club, you know Kevin Hart tend to take great offense to.
Correct.
As
a
he
lot of
should
stuff.
have.
Correct. Well, but
Now, I'm not going to take anything from what Cat Williams said. I agree with him to an extent. But then I kind of agree with Kevin.
Listen,
Yo, B, you bringing the drink up?
Yep.
All right, so Couple things.
Okay.
I saw something on the book today. All right, and I think B Staples actually posted it. There are images of. There's one picture of Kevin Hart kissing The Rock on screen.
That's not real.
Yes, it is. That's
was
part
a
of that
movie.
movie.
It was a movie.
There's another picture of Kevin Hart look like he getting smashed from the back by Shaquille O'Neal.
It was a movie.
Another
Give me 2
scene
seconds,
from a
I'ma get back
movie
over here and I'm
or
on
anything like that, right? So,
Really?
on one end, yeah, I fucked with both of them because they both black men and they making a lot of money
The
off
Rock
their
is
talent.
black as well?
No, I'm talking about Kevin Hart and Cat Williams.
Okay, thank you.
Cat Williams, yeah, he done fucked up a lot of money, but I think he also owns everything that he does. I would think. I don't know. Oh, he does. Okay.
He does not. He was signed to a Dipset for a minute.
Okay. So
He did lie about his 19-inch hair as well.
it wasn't nice. How long was it?
You know
Probably
good
about-
damn well that
probably
shit was
about
no
6.5.
19 inches.
Well, he about 19 inches tall.
Oh, he got some serious shrinkage going
Probably
on.
about 6.5.
Pause.
It's a lot of drugs. It's a lot of drugs called shrinkage.
And I don't mean no disrespect to Cat Williams. I don't want him coming up here, but yeah, that's not 19.
We ain't scared of you, Cat. Come up here.
I'm gonna batter you for your
So,
hairdo.
y'all
I got a
He gonna batter you for your
17-year-old
hairdo.
waiting for your ass. No. He don't want no smoke.
He don't want no smoke.
So where was you going with that though? Kevin Hart, you saying that he is part of the Illuminati?
I ain't say that.
It seems like that's
I'm
where we
just
was
saying,
going
I
with
mean,
that.
I
It
mean,
seemed
that's
like
what
that's where
I
we was
thought.
going with that.
All I'm saying is bitches suck cock just to get to the top.
So you're going
and
back
at
to what Dave Chappelle said about black men having to wear dresses or kiss another man to be successful.
Sometimes it seems that way from, when you look at, what's interesting when I have to have a conversation with my son, like, hey, Dad, Tyler Perry is that lady, right? Having that conversation and him being able to see that, and that's what, if Tyler Perry was never Madea, we would never know Tyler Perry.
Period.
And all the great things that Tyler Perry has done since then, if he was never Madea, we wouldn't know shit about nothing.
It's not all the great things. It's like 2 great things that Tyler Perry has done.
I'm not talking about
Just saying
movie
for the-
wise.
Neither am I. Nor am I.
I'm
Neither
trying
am I.
to
But
think
I'm
of-
talking about, no, I'm talking about movie. I'm talking about
I'm
Tyler
talking
Perry.
about community
He
film.
owned his own movie.
He owned his movie. He owned his own.
I do not believe
Yeah,
Tyler.
he owns his own
Don't
studio.
believe in Tyler Perry, y'all. Don't y'all believe in Tyler
Correct.
Perry?
If it wasn't, if there was no Madea, we would not know Tyler Perry. So I'm just thinking of things like that, and when I gotta explain to my son why he's dressing up like a lady, that's an awkward ass conversation, yo.
Here was my. Go ahead, Kim.
No, I was
Yo,
gonna say
son.
Cat Williams sounded like a hater to me.
This is true.
Cause Gerard Carmichael, I would
He
have
called
to
them
say
ugly.
he called the whole crew ugly, didn't he? Real.
Why you even talking that way as a
And
man?
big shouts to Gerard Carmichael because he's from Winston. So,
Word up.
Right.
Lil
And
Rel, who else did he call? Hannibal Buress.
Hannibal Buress.
And
I'm trying to think
and
who
Kevin Hart. That
besides
was it.
Tiffany.
Lil Rel.
No, it seemed like it was somebody else.
That was it.
Anywho, I've never seen Gerard kiss a man,
Correct.
so that
I'm
kind of.
just talking about Kevin Hart.
My
okay.
problem with Kevin Hart though is this. Now, after watching his Breakfast Club interview in response to the Cat Williams shit, I was telling Shay, I was like, "Yo, he was there." Did you see the interview first? Of all?
I did see the interview.
So Tiffany seemed a
came
little
to get
bit
her
more
sister ball back.
True, but she seemed a lot more
came-
reserved than what she typically does.
She did.
So I felt like
Where normally she has a lot to say.
She
She wasn't
does.
her normal.
And I get Kev was in his, he was in his bag, but it was a little bit of grandstanding involved, yo. He took that moment to be like, because if you think about it, Cat Williams said very little about Kevin Hart, but he said a lot more about Tiffany Haddish than he did about him. But Kevin Hart took a lot of moments. He didn't just get up here and defend his homegirl and say, this what she did, this what she doing. He got up there and was like, this what I'm doing. Get a heat to me. I did this. I'm this. So I was like, if you really taking up for your sister, it's really an opportunity for you to big up your sister. To me, I was like, he taking a little bit of the shine, a little too much for himself, so I didn't necessarily like that, although I did get the point of where it was coming from.
I think a part of that was coming from the fact that this is the first release under his umbrella.
That's in your way, Kim. We can't.
So you know what I'm saying? This is the first release under the Kevin, whatever the name of his company is.
Oh,
This is
okay.
the-
He was
I see
talking
what
about
you're
that.
saying.
Yeah, this is
He was
that
talking
first
about that.
release. Yeah, so I think it was, like, yo, this is
And
my
he was
brand.
spitting some shit too, like
He was spitting some
as
shit.
far
He
as his
was.
platform. Like I get all that because he was very
It was
real.
a different Kevin Hart because
But
he wasn't even trying to be funny.
Yeah.
I think he was legit pissed.
Yeah, he was fucking pissed.
And he was going to flex a little bit. Like, let me tell you something, yo. This is my people, and I'm about to flex on you right quick.
But when I watched the Cat Williams interview, when he said Tiffany didn't have a stand-up, I was like, well, that's not true because I just watched the
he
stand-up.
didn't say she didn't have a stand-up. He said she don't have a
No,
joke.
he said that she didn't have any stand-ups.
Did he?
Yes, he did.
I thought he said it just wasn't a joke. That
No,
you could
he
remember.
said she didn't have any
do y'all
stand-ups.
think- Do y'all think Tiffany Haddish
No,
is
she
funny?
already had one.
No. That's the sad part. No. You funnier than Tiffany Haddish. Every time, yo. I can't.
So-
we don't.
I'm gonna answer like this. I want her to win.
Yeah, I get it. I get that. I think she's a funny individual, but do I think she's
I
a
think
comedian?
if I had to spend enough time with her, she would get on my nerves.
It's different between being funny and being a comedian.
Yes.
Right, and that's what Cat Williams was saying, and I got that piece. I
think
got
she'll
that
be-
piece.
I think she'll do a dope stand-up set, but she just is not. To me, it's like
I
to
didn't
me,
like
3
Saturday
out of 10
Night
jokes.
Live.
It's like 3 out of 10 jokes that I'm like, all right, that worked for me with her. It's not a lot. It's not how volume jokery goes.
Girls Trip worked for her because, I guess in that type of movie you can be over dramatic. She ready?
Yeah, come on, yo. Come on, we gotta.
Y'all not gonna hate on Tiffany.
Yo, let's move on.
Why did Kat say she wanted to fuck a white man though?
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Hey,
That make all the sense.
bitches suck cock just to get to the top.
I got you.
But right after he said that, then he lit Wanda's ass up. Them Lane Bryant clothes and.
But who shut him down? Who was that? Was that somebody? Wanda Sykes called somebody. I'm thinking about something else.
Did you see the interview?
Yeah, I saw. Yeah, I saw that. I saw both interviews. When you posted it in our chat with the
When
Breakfast
she
Club
said,
one.
"I make a nice broccoli," and he was like,
Like,
"What's the instructions for broccoli? Heat water."
then he talked about her jewelry. He talked about her jewelry and said, "Yo, you can
Oh
buy
God!
2 packs of Newport Box 100s. You get all this shit
He
for
was son of her,
$7."
yo. But
Yeah,
he
he was
did
son of
run
her.
with her husband flashed the piece in his face. So I was,
Well, let's keep the peace, man. Black lives matter, like Jasper said.
Nike. Speaking of Black
Mm-hmm.
Lives Matter.
What we gonna say?
Nike commercial. Give me 2 seconds.
you gonna run
Believe in something, even if it means sacrificing everything.
That's all I ran right there. Just a little quick clip.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, son. We certainly appreciate that.
Did you burn your Nikes?
I didn't, and I'm personally not going to burn my Nikes. I also ain't just going to go out there and run out and buy Nikes like a lot of these suckers is doing. That was a straight up corporate move.
Why
that
knew
Nike
you was gonna
did.
say that, son?
That was a corporate
I
move that
knew you
Nike
was gonna
did.
say that.
Is that frowned upon?
What?
We shouldn't go out and buy Nikes.
Yo, Nike.
What about
they-
Nike?
they-
What about Nike
They
socks?
stood behind the guy when
They
nobody
did,
else
but buy the
would.
Kaepernick line. Why people just buying random Nikes and you not? It's like wait till the Kaepernick
Is there a
line.
I get
Kaepernick
that.
line
It need
coming
to
out?
be.
I get
Again, it need to be. That's
I'm
the whole
not. I'm not
thing.
changing my shopping etiquette because they're backing him. I wore Nikes before, and I'm gonna continue to wear Nikes.
got
But I'm
Nikes
also,
on right now.
but I'm gonna still wear other shit too. But I want to, you know what I'm saying? I want to commend them for taking a. I think that was a dope business move on their end because it's all about like rock and roll, hip hop is rebellious, and whatever's rebellious is popular. Nike just went the rebel route.
I loved it.
But it's also a calculated risk. Here's why. Nike, he was already signed, so it wasn't a new signing.
It wasn't.
His jersey, even though the man ain't in the league, was in the top 50 in sales already. So before while he's not playing, his jersey's still in the top 50, which tells you, okay, this man clearly has a brand. We need to get a part of it. So again, it wasn't. I don't think it was no big, huge moment of Nike standing up like, yo, we about to really back this guy as much as like this makes
It was
a lot of
definitely
sense
capital.
business wise first, and then secondly, we do want to get behind the movement. So I'm not saying it's not totally, any thought process of what it's about into it, but first it's business first and foremost.
So I know we don't
True.
have this on our itinerary to discuss, but Serena Williams, her Nike ad Oh my God, that shit was beautiful to me.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah,
Oh my God,
Cried?
I almost.
Really?
Yes.
It was about her father?
Yeah, it's about her when
It
they
was
was
about
instructing
her.
them. It was about her, but it was about when they were younger. That was
Yeah,
something
so
he was instructing
you
them
hear
and
the
showing
dad in the
the
background,
dad in the
like
background.
coaching her.
Yeah, this shit was beautiful, yo.
I
Shit was
mean,
beautiful.
yeah, he was like swinging like you at the U.S. This is Serena Williams at the U.S. Open, and she's like a child, and when she swings it,
For all
it's
y'all-
her at the U.S. Open.
For all y'all that don't know,
that's dope.
I am a huge tennis fan, and I've been a huge tennis fan for a very long time.
So how did you feel about? Yes.
Yeah, I played tennis. Yeah,
Yo,
fuck that.
we
Yeah.
need footage of
Yeah,
that.
I got that.
Because I remember when I met
No.
this dude, he had a tennis rack in his door.
No,
It's like,
that's
yo,
one.
but look, he wasn't on the tennis team.
Nah.
It was for recreational
Yeah,
tennis.
yeah. You know,
It's
So-
that
yeah,
one. Just
okay.
do it,
All right,
Serena.
I'ma watch
But I remember, because I follow tennis. I remember earlier in Serena's career when she was about to start busting ass, and she was doing a.
When she had the beads.
I
bef-
think it was after the beads.
Okay.
When she was kind of turning into the beast that she is, and she did a tournament in California, not far from Compton, but it was a different audience. And she was getting booed.
Oh, I saw
the
footage of
entire
that.
time. They booed her father. I mean, they booed him out the arena.
Really?
And Serena bust ass.
Word.
Won the championship, was graceful, and it was sad. It hurt me at that time because I really didn't think that we had to experience some of the things that the people back in the day had to go through, and it was just.
I've had that moment.
It was very real, and they was hating on her for. I don't know. They
Just
was
'cause she
hating on-
was black
because of who
and
she
busting
was
ass.
and coming into something that you should not be a part of this.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm super ecstatic about
I'm
that.
going to watch this later.
So do you feel like she was warranted in getting upset at the last U.S. Open where they?
I think she was a little overzealous. I think she was a little overzealous. To be honest with you, I think she was. I think she kind of leveraged who she is. You know what I'm saying? Because I've seen
John
judges.
McEnroe do it.
John McEnroe has done it over and over and over again. So
Right, so
it was
he
really
don't get
it was
penalized.
It was really a part of who you knew John McEnroe for his antics more so than you knew about his tennis.
She didn't have that ability to do it early
Yeah,
She didn't have that choice to do it
But
early
she's never really did it like this.
because she couldn't.
Yeah, well, she could have. Serena's been busting ass for a very long time.
She shouldn't have brought up the whole women's
That's
right
what I-
thing.
that's why I
into
thought
it.
she was
Like, it
overzealous.
It didn't have nothing to do.
because she didn't want to bring up the
I
race
mean,
thing.
right? Yeah.
She didn't want to bring up the race
I
thing.
get, well, I mean, but her opponent is black and a woman.
Yeah, correct, but she didn't want to. Well, yeah, you're right. But I think she's older.
Yeah.
She done lost a little step. She's still a beast. She done lost a little step. But salute to Serena and Venus and their pops
no doubt.
for what they did with them. I know we running.
I'm gonna watch that commercial once you finish.
What you got, Kim?
Bobby Brown movie. Did you watch it?
The best BET production ever.
No,
ever.
I disagree. But I disagree.
Yo, my links is not working on my Kodi
Oh,
and my
you haven't
Fire
watched
Stick
it
right
yet.
now. Yeah, I can't get the right links
Boo.
popping, man.
Bobby Brown.
I need y'all to get me some links, Kodi.
Bobby Brown was the realest, yo.
So I just did not buy into the chick that played Whitney.
I did.
That
Kim.
was like the only.
did.
I
I
did
did.
not.
I did.
I didn't.
My man said I did.
I did. I really did. And I was looking for that. That was one of the things I was
Was
hoping.
she wilding out on the joint?
Oh
Yeah,
man,
absolutely.
they
Absolutely.
made Whitney look like shit in this movie. You
I
hear
don't,
me?
I don't, th- I don't think. I don't think.
Bobby, get up, boy, get up, boy.
But I don't think it was too far fetched, though, Kim.
She done kicked
Kim,
Bobby.
Kim,
He done-
I don't think it's too far fetched, yo. I don't think it's too far fetched.
God bless the dead.
I've been around them. I don't think it's too far
Get
fetched.
up, boy. Get up. Why you playing? You play too
I'm
much.
telling you. I was telling my wife. I said I don't think it's too far fetched. I'd have been around them
You
bitches.
gotta see it. Damn,
telling
I'm about to
I'm
give you
looking
our
for streams,
login
bro.
so you
I'm
can
looking
see
for
it.
Bitches don't give a
streams.
shit. They get that bread. They get that clout. They get
Whitney
that shit.
already had bread. She already had clout.
What I'm saying is,
Thank you.
but
So
I don't give. But what I'm saying is, that shit was real.
Bobby, go get me that thing.
Yo,
now I do believe that his movie was
the best BET production
I'm
of
not
all
gonna
time.
say it
Of
was
all,
the best.
my man said of all time.
I'm
Y'all
not gonna
agree
say it was the best.
that
'cause I
the Bobby
do like
Brown
the
movie
New
was the best
Edition
BET
story.
production of all time? Man, y'all please leave
I'm
a
about to
comment.
make a new cliche.
Leave a comment.
The boat. The best of
Boat.
all
Hey.
time. The boat.
Hey,
It had a
the
little
boat.
The boat.
I like it.
I like the New Edition story better, but it was still good.
But it was almost, one of the things, the freaking me because it was almost like a dramatized.
I was mad they cut the Janet Jackson
A
scene,
dramatization of a BET uncut because it was a lot of that in the movie. Even when
It
he
was
doing
a lot of fucking.
Even he was
The
even,
Bobby Brown mo- that
even
was-
when
that
he
was
was doing
for
the
the Bobby Brown
Ghostbusters
movie.
song. You remember the Ghostbusters song he did?
It was a
he
lot.
was on the trailer
And
getting
then
to it.
Bobby said he got raped by a ghost at one point in time too.
No, he
man.
was. Well, that probably from the Ghostbusters.
From the Ghostbusters
From the
joint.
Ghostbusters set.
Hey,
You
man.
gotta see it.
Yeah, I'm looking for links, man.
I don't wanna tell you
Terrarium
the movie,
Cody,
but-
get y'all links up, man. You know,
All right, what you
we
got?
need
What
that.
you got, Kim?
I told y'all Jay-Z was lame.
Yo, Kim, I didn't want to.
I'm not
I
ready
told
to
you
admit
Beyonce
Kim,
is
I
making
didn't want to
Jay-Z
admit
this. I won't
lame.
admit
Kim,
it.
I
He
didn't-
might as well join the Boy Scouts.
I will not
yo.
admit it.
Yo, big shots to the
Hey,
Boy
edit
Scouts.
that
Big
out.
shots
I
to
don't
the
want the Boy Scouts coming
Big shots to the
from.
Boy Scouts. Hey, you got any pictures, B?
I got the one of them. I got the one of them in the plane right now.
show it,
Where
show
he's
it,
on
bro.
the right.
Show it,
It's
bro.
right there behind you. Right here. And he's like,
I haven't even seen the pictures
Yo.
myself.
Oh God!
I'm not gonna see them until I probably watch this
Yo.
episode.
I'm a
But I
Jay
need to see the pictures
fan.
myself, man.
I got a
B is
feeling.
tearing them up.
I got a
I
feeling.
told you.
I got a
just
feeling
getting-
after Beyonce dropped Lemonade and found out about all this stuff, she did the Sealy shit to this nigga.
Till
So
you
you
do
do
right
right by
I
me.
told y'all.
I told you.
Look,
And he's doing anything to keep peace in his house.
all
and
he
that
doing
means
is
looking
being. How old is
corny.
Jay-Z? 50?
60?
No. Whatever he is, he just doing that, man. All these rappers out here that you see, when they go home at night, all these rappers above 40, when they go home at night,
I feel like in the middle of the night, he's going to
anything-
shuffle
anything-
it to
including
the
myself.
refrigerator.
Anything on
including myself.
Anything on the stove.
Baby,
You got anything on the stove?
Get that bug over there.
Got anything on this in the microwave for me?
He just being 50,
I ain't
57-year-old Jay. Ain't nothing wrong with that,
I
man.
ain't getting nothing to eat 'cause I know you cook.
At a certain point in
Where's that?
time, ain't nothing you can do about
Beyonce
that,
ain't
man.
cooking.
But I'm just saying. I'm talking about
Oh.
regular niggas.
Jay-Z ain't lame, yo. I refuse to admit it. They just catching him in bad spots, man.
nah, B.
I done fell off stages before. I done had moments where I'm like, "Ooh, this ain't working no more." So,
And you know, you can fall off the stage and still look cool.
Because it looked like Jay trying to be J. Cole.
Showdown already proved
That you can
can
fall
fall
off
off
the
the stage and
shout
still
out to my
look
guy
cool.
Showdown.
Yeah, big shots to
Go
Jay.
look back at that episode
Angry
when
Fat.
Showdown
That was
fell off the
season
stage.
1, wasn't it?
Angry Fat Kid's still on the way.
Poor Jay-Z. Eminem.
Oh
Versus
man,
Miss
Eminem and MGK.
Shane.
Kill
Joy
shot
Kelly. So I haven't watched any of
versus
the
Rap
interviews
Devil.
yet.
Ooh,
So.
white boy mania.
WrestleMania. WrestleMania 800.
Ooh man.
So clue me in. What's going on?
So M dropped his little album, and on his album he has a song called Fall. He might have a few more, but the only one I saw a video of
his whack album?
Well,
I
Boone's
did
already put
listen
the
to
Lil,
that.
like Lil Yachty,
Revival,
Lil Uzi
the
Vert.
previous album was whack. This album I'm hearing is okay and not necessarily whack. But the video that I saw for Fall was trash. Me and Shell was watching it like, yo, this is trash.
I haven't heard anything that impressed me
But
yet.
then in that he mentioned Charlamagne, he mentioned MGK, he mentioned Joe Budden, he mentioned a few people. So MGK came back with after he heard that. No, that was Rap Devil.
Oh, Rap
So
Devil.
he came with Rap Devil before M came with Kill Shot. Rap Devil was he went in.
Yeah, that shit was hard.
The MGK joint, he
shit hard.
went in. M responded 2 weeks later. Yeah. Because that's very key. MGK responded, I think, 2 days later. Yes. M responded 2 weeks later with Kill Shot. And you was there when I played Kill Shot for you when you got home, and I was like, I was happy with what M did, but it wasn't better than Rap Devil.
MGK sounded like a battle.
Yes.
M sounded like I went ahead. I'm gonna show you how diverse I am, and I'm gonna do a record. Yes. That's what M shit sounded like now, because there's people taking offense off of what M did. Mm-hmm. You got Jay Elect, You know what I'm saying? And taking shots at M right now
Word.
because of
I ain't know that.
because of the Puffy line. You know
Ah.
what I'm saying? So, and you know the Puffy and the MGK correlation because MGK is Bad Boy.
Yeah.
And so you got J-Elect, and I believe J-Elect put some music out on Tidal.
That's dope.
But yeah, anyway, but I definitely feel, I think it's good for hip hop because we rarely see white on white crime. I think it's good for hip hop.
The thing that got me, because I watched the MGK video on the Breakfast Club, is when he kind of broke down the fact that if you think about it, even with Bad Boy, MGK's on Interscope. Eminem, Shady is still on Interscope. So he was like, imagine being in the same building and you beefing with the same individual that you in the building with. So he started to talk about how a lot of his stuff, his interviews was getting blocked. He couldn't get to certain spots.
Oh, he
so
was
it was a lot
blocking them.
Right. He was like, M was doing a lot of stuff on the low, and the people in the building of the record label kind of started basically blacklisting MGK, like, nah, we're not even supporting your project and shit like that. So I feel like it was a good look. I think the more and more I'm hearing about, even with, you know, the stuff that Joe Budden is saying, the more and more I'm hearing about M, it seemed like M is a little bit disconnected. I think even when I listen to the music, I don't know what y'all think, but I feel a little disconnection from him.
Yeah, I do.
He's not a person who's going
Well, he
to...
doesn't seem, I hate to use the term
grounded.
real.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem real
tangible,
anymore.
grounded.
Like, it's like,
yeah.
you even look weird.
Yeah, weird
me
beard.
now.
You got a
And
weird beard.
sound
Yo, that's
weird.
what I loved about the M diss. It started out talking about you got a weird beard. The beard is weird, man. You got a weird beard.
Only thing I won't jump off to come through. I won't jump off to respond.
Will he
to
do
him.
that?
No.
You think Joe's really done?
That's
He
it.
won't.
Joe's
He won't.
done.
Shout out to Joe Budden doing a lot of things out here, man. So what we got? M
That's
versus
it. We
Machine Gun
wrapping
Kelly,
up. They
and we did officially confirm that Machine Gun Kelly did win that. Just so we did that, by the way. Are we doing an impromptu game?
No,
Nah, we're gonna
production
wrap this
telling
one
us
up.
We got to wrap up.
Yeah, we gotta wrap up. We gotta wrap
He
up.
ain't
man, it
record
was
our
good
dope.
seeing y'all,
Thank
man.
you for being a friend.
Hey,
Travel down the road and back
still
again. Your heart is true. You're a pal and a confidant. Dum, dum, dum. And if you're through a party, anybody, everyone you knew. You messing us up, so shut up. You will see the greatest gift would be from me, and the card attached would say, thank you for being a friend. Ba, 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 ba.
Hey, thank you for watching.
Thank y'all for watching Audiotrafficker.
Make sure you
Audiotrafficker. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to
Push your
subscribe.
radio.
Woo! Subscribe to the channel, mother. Subscribe to the channel.
All right, boom. Facebook, we're going to do Facebook at Audiotrafficker.
Are we done?
YouTube at Audiotrafficker.
Are you talking to the mic?
Instagram
Is he
at
talking?
Audiotrafficker. Twitter at Pusher of Audio.
Audio.
And we out.
That game should be over right now.
Thank you for being.
See this that unruly rap attack. Matter of fact, I'm trying to relocate, change my habitat. I am Monday Booms, and I am an audio trafficker. Yeah.
Audio trafficker, rule number 1. It is create. Once again, it is create.
Now this remind me when rapping was sort of sport and supporters couldn't ignore it. Many wasn't built for it. Lyrics was the importance and bullies were taking porridge. G's move with caution and rappers won't making fortunes. Poor smoking endorsements, I'm more like a standout. Fuck a standing in, underground, over your head, just like a chandelier. Oxymoron, local craft beers got a particular taste. Navigate through these times with such meticulous grace. No worries about keeping pace when you're still on the move. 45 still in office, hope you're gathering food. My mood swings goes from dollars to yards, yards to G's, G's to my 401k, hope I dodge the fees. I spit life through this track so we all can breathe. Trying to stay adjacent to God, I heard the side beneath. My G, we got drugs on the track, your shit hard to beat. Music done took me some places it was hard to reach, so pardon me. I don't got a line to party though. Virginia bred African, trafficking this audio. This is for all I know, your boy's been great. Volume 1, press play, hope you enjoy the tape. Audio Trafficker.
Audio Trafficker. One who promotes arguments. powerful acoustic wave frequencies, whether live or recorded. Are you an audio trafficker?